We ask that you continue to bless and protect our students, parents and guardians, teachers and staff, and other stakeholders of Naga Parochial School. Send for your Holy Spirit and guide us in our discussions today. We know that things ahead are uncertain. Strengthen us, especially in this time of pandemic. Cast out all the fears and doubts that paralyzes our faith. We pray that you will guide us in all ways, so that we only seek your will in everything that we do. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good afternoon to our viewers. Welcome to our first ever virtual institutional parents orientation. As we embrace the new normal, masanay na po tayo na most of the time, we will conduct meeting through virtual way. Bawal muna po ang face-to-face this time. Alam po natin yan lahat. But I assure you, my dear parents and guardians, my dear friends, na pag okay na po ang lahat, tayo po ay babalik sa old normal na tinatawag. Nakakamiss din kasi na makita namin kayo at makausap ng harap-harapan. I thank you for choosing Naga Parochial School as your partner in the education of your children. Always bear in mind that NPS will always be true to its commitment that we will continue give Catholic, holistic, and quality education. And so it is our trust that we will make ready your children to face the challenges of the 21st century, by giving them curriculum that will help them face the future with optimism and certainty. NPS will always be happy to serve you. Once again, my dear parents and guardians, welcome to this meeting this afternoon. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Like what we usually do whenever we give the parents orientation, we travel down memory lane a little bit. So we will reminisce the past. The Naga Parochial School was founded by Most Reverend Pedro P. Santos last July 1947. The school is guided by its mission statement, which is to promote the total and harmonious development of her students, imbibing the gospel values of Jesus and committed to the service of faith and promotion of justice. I would like to emphasize on the total and harmonious development of her students. So even po during this time of pandemic, this will be in our minds and in our hearts as we give quality education to our students. This was what Naga Parochial School looked like before. Here in my laptop po, I am showing the picture of the old building. For our parents who were with us before, you have seen this na po. But to our new parents and guardians, we will be happy to let you see this. We have the parochialites before. They were, their uniform is t-shirt and brown shorts. They were wearing that. But now, our pupils and students are wearing polo jacket and polo shirt. So our former NPS directors were Monsignor Porfirio Ramin, followed by Monsignor Nicanor Villesa. Then we have Monsignor Jaime M. San Andres and Most Reverend Rex Andrew C. Alarcon. Monsignor San Andres and uh, Bishop Rex Alarcon are both alumni of the Naga Parochial School. When the school was founded, it was an exclusive Catholic school for boys. But after 65 years of operation, it opened its doors to girls in the grade school and also opened a co-ed junior high school. Last July 1, the school celebrated its 73rd foundation anniversary with still the same motto, "Let the little children come to me," taken from Mark chapter 10, verse 14. Now, the school has new buildings, especially with the newly built high school building. As compared before, the school has wooden structure po. Okay. So, our pupils and students are reminded the school, which we call the FIRES. F stands for faith, I for integrity, R for respect, E for excellence, and S for social responsibility. So, even if the students, the pupils are in their homes, we will make sure that these core values are integrated in their daily lessons and in the other sessions that we will be giving to them. We also teach them the 7 habits of highly effective people. Like habit number 1, my dear children, I hope you still remember. Habit number 1 is be proactive. Number 2, begin with the end in mind. Number 3, put first things first. Number 4, think win-win. Number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Number 6, synergize. And number 7, sharpen the saw. So I hope, my dear pupils and students, you still remember these habits, because especially that you are in your homes, you will not be with us, you need to practice these 7 habits so that your learning this school year will be effective and you will be productive even if we don't see each other. We also teach the children the growth mindset, that even if we meet failure, we believe that failure is an opportunity to grow. So we say that I can learn to do anything I want. So wala pong mahirap. As long as we try our best, we can learn to do anything we want. So challenges help us to grow. Feedback is constructive. I like to try new things. So we would like you to try new things. That's the growth mindset. And also the grit. Now in the time of pandemic, grit is very, very important. So with the power of passion and perseverance, we can overcome any difficulty. So after years of being educated and formed by the Naga Parochial School, we envision the NPS graduate to be a caring person. Caring means courteous, artistic and athletic, responsible, intelligent, nature lover, God-fearing, and God-centered. So even if you are at home, we would like you to be a caring person. And we ask our parents to help us develop in them, form in the children, all these good values. I would like to introduce to you the NPS Board of Trustees. So the chairman of the board is the Archbishop of Cáceres, Most Reverend Rolando J. Tria Tirona. Most Reverend Rex Andrew C. Alarcon, our former director who is now the Bishop of Daet, is a member of the board. Reverend Father Joseph Wilmer Estrella is a member of the board. And also Reverend Father Domingo R. Florida and Mrs. Peña Francia Canlas. So we have 5 board members. NPS offers special education, especially po for children with autism. Then we have preschool, grade school, and junior high school. So this is a picture of one of our students in the special education department. In the preschool, grade school, and junior high school. Now let's go to the highlights of NPS education. The school is the home ground for future priests. We keep on repeating this because up to now, we would like to encourage our children to enter the priesthood and also for our girls to enter the religious life. We will be very happy if we will have more priests and nuns who are parochialites. The school has produced 5 bishops and 69 priests. In fact, 2 of them are archbishops. Most Reverend Adolfo Tito C. Iliana is the Apostolic Nuncio to Australia. He belongs to batch 1960. And the Archbishop of Lipa, Most Reverend Gilbert A. Garcera, belongs to batch 1971. We have Most Reverend Jose R. Rojas, the Bishop of the Diocese of Libmanan. He belongs to batch 1969. And Most Reverend Jose Alan V. Dialogo, the Bishop of Sorsogon, he belongs to batch 1974. And our very own former school director from 2007 to 2019, the Bishop of Daet, Most Reverend Rex Andrew C. Alarcon, he belongs to batch 1983. We are also proud to have produced our modern-day leaders. We have here the former Senator and DepEd Secretary Raul S. Rocco, batch 1952, and former Mayor of Naga City and DILG Secretary Jesse M. Robredo, batch 1970, and many other leaders in our society and in the church. The school is the first elementary parochial school accredited by PAASCU. PAASCU is the Philippine Accrediting Association of Schools, Colleges, and Universities. We are happy that we were granted a re-accredited status for 5 years until February 2025. And we thank po the help and support of you, our dear parents, our dear pupils. You are one of the reasons why we were granted a re-accredited status. This school year, we are also continuing with the online independent reading program. Our partner is Scholastic, so this is for the grade school. So we're very happy that last school year, the average number of books read by each grade schooler in NPS was 100 books. More than 100 books. Average number po. Others were able to read more than that. And Naga Parochial School, the junior high school department, is the first school in the Bicol region adopting the dynamic learning program or the DLP, which was developed by the couple Dr. Bernido, Christopher and Maria Victoria Carpio Bernido. So now, NPS is bravely embracing the challenges of the present. With the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, we present to you the NPS Flex, embracing the new normal with a flexible learning experience for school year 2020-2021. And to present to you our plans, to discuss the academic matters. We will give you Ms. Gia Enriquez, our preschool coordinator. She will be followed by Mrs. Hasmin Moises, our grade school academic coordinator, and Mr. Trece Makeda, our junior high school academic coordinator.
For preschool levels, we are offering three. We have nursery 1, ages 3 to 3.11 years old. For nursery 2, we have ages 4 to 4.11 years old. And for kindergarten, we have ages 5 to 5.11 years old. For kindergarten, children aged 5 years old by July 1, and extension period shall be until September 30. In condition that the Philippine Early Childhood Development or ECD checklist must be administered to the learner to ensure that the learner is capable of meeting the expectations of the grade level. Incoming kindergarten must strictly comply with the cut-off age policy stipulated in DepEd Order Number 20, Series of 2018. For our preschool department mode of learning for school year 2020-2021, we have the home-based learning, which the parents can choose from online learning, online classes 3 days a week per subject, learning activities 2 days a week, textbook and other online learning materials, which are we could also send learning packets to the parents, virtual classroom and learning management system, online assessments, oral, especially for the nursery 1 and nursery 2, and or written. And we have the learning devices needed. We have laptop or desktop, computer, smartphone, tablet, and printer for printing additional learning packets. And we could also have the modular learning, wherein there are customized teacher-made modules in CLE, language, reading, math, and Filipino, which is for kinder. Pupils will be guided and monitored by the teacher. The parent and guardian will guide the child using the modules and textbooks. Modules will be picked and outputs will be dropped off every Friday at NPS. And mobile phone is needed from monitoring of pupils and for direct calls and texts or instant messaging. Another is the blended learning, and this will be adopted during the second semester. However, if face-to-face instruction will not be allowed by the government, the home-based learning will continue. For the blended learning, pupils will report to class twice a week alternately, Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday. Pupils will accomplish learning activities on the 3 days at home. Pupils will use the Learning Management System or LMS, learning resources, and worksheets. And pupils will take the quarterly exam in school by schedule. So these are our preschool offerings for this school year. Christian Living Education is a core subject wherein children learn about Jesus' life and teachings, and the whole family becomes involved in spiritual activities. So since it is already online, all the parents, all the family members can participate. And we also have the Distar Reading Program, wherein children learn how to read at age 3. And we also have the Music, Arts, and Crafts. Children develop their skills in dancing, singing, arts, and crafts making. So this is the sample class schedule for Nursery 1. So from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. For Monday and Tuesday, we have the CLE, language. And from 10:51 to 11:10 or 20 minutes, they will be having their pre-motor skills. And 20 minutes also for writing and storytelling. For Wednesday and Thursday, we have the reading, math, and same schedule the pre-motor skills and writing or storytelling. For nursery 2, for Monday and Tuesday, it's the same with the nursery 1, CLE language, and every day will be the writing and storytelling. For Wednesday and Thursday, we have the reading and math. For kindergarten, as you can see, there are 2 sections because we are also preparing them to be ready for their grade 1 years for the next school year. So we have the St. Paul and St. Peter, wherein it will be departmentalized. So there will be 2 teachers for kindergarten. So for St. Paul, we have CLE, reading and language, for Monday and Tuesday. For Wednesday and Thursday, we have Filipino and math. We give emphasis also to the reading subject so that they will be ready when they're in grade 1. And they also have their everyday writing and storytelling. So to give us information about the grade school and junior high school learning modalities, schedule, and learning modules to be used, let us welcome Mrs. Hasmin S.V. Moises, NPS Academic Coordinator for Grade School, to be followed by Mr. Trece Z. Maqueda, the NPS Junior High School Academic Coordinator.
Hello po, good afternoon. So I will be explaining the learning modalities, the sample schedule, and the learning modules to be used in the grade school department. So we will begin with the learning modalities. So the same with the preschool, we have 2 learning modalities. The first one, the home-based learning. So that will be for the first semester, so July to November. So in the home-based learning, we have 2 kinds. We have the online and the modular. So online learning, it will have the live stream or video conferencing, or sometimes we make use of the word webinar. Then there will be online learning activities and assessment. So this will come through the learning management system. So there we have e-books and e-resources, but still we have the hard copy of textbooks. So some would ask, bakit may textbooks pa rin? So we believe that even we are now in the home-based learning, online, still very important po ang pagsusulat. And then still the importance of the use of the book. So that's why we still provide textbooks. So for the modular learning, so we will provide printed copy of modules. Aside from the textbooks, we will have learning activities and assessments. And there will be the mode of picking up the modules every Friday. So ang mangyayari po nito, every Friday, the parents or guardians will come to school. So in order to pick up the learning module to be used next week. Yeah, and then idadrop off po nila yung learning modules na ginamit for the past week. Example, July 27 po ngayon Friday. So on July 27, kukunin niya po yung activities para sa next week. Pero idadrop off niya yung mga activities na accomplished for that week. So ganun po ang mangyayari sa ating modular learning. So for online learning, NPS will be using the Bival, which we call vSmart. So ito pong vSmart, may dalawa po yan. The vSmart School and the vSmart LMS. So bawat po student magkakaroon po ng account dito po sa ating vSmart. So pareho po yan. Pwede niya pong ma-access yung vSmart at yung vSmart LMS. So ano po yung contents ng vSmart? Bakit ito po yung pinili ng school? So it comes with out-of-the-box learning management system that manages and tracks students' educational life cycle. It contains a library of gamified and interactive resources. So there are materials po na augmented. Ibig sabihin, naka 3D po siya. So makikita po natin yan doon sa LMS, doon sa mga e-resources. Web-based reader of Bival e-textbooks. So meron po tayong textbooks na in hard copy, meron din po tayong e-books. Pero ang pagkakaiba lang po, some of the pages po na makikita natin sa e-books, hindi po kapareho nung the same number na makikita natin sa hard copy of textbook. So, only the essential things that we can see po doon sa ating e-books. So, it features all-in-one system for online classroom management, from attendance and checking to grades generation. So, kompleto po, package po ang ating Vsmart LMS. It contains thousands of free curriculum-compliant test questions through test bank. So, meron na pong pinoprovide po na different kind of assessments ang ating LMS. It generates randomized test items per student to avoid cheating. And it automatically computes and records exams scores through electronic gradebook. So say for example po, nag-exam po yung ating mga anak. So pag open niya po doon sa assessment, ang computer na po niyan ang mag-check and then i-generate po yan doon sa ating electronic gradebook. Pero let us understand there are two kinds of assessments. So meron tayong formative and summative. Yung ating formative assessment, ma-access po ito sa Vsmart School. Ito po yung mga assessment na hindi po siya recorded. So ang purpose po nito, for mastery ng mga competencies. Pero po yung ating summative assessment, ito po yung recorded. Ito po ay gagawin ng ating mga anak doon sa Vsmart LMS. So pag doon po siya nag-take ng test, computer po niyan ang mag-check, and then i-generate po yan ng score doon sa ating electronic gradebook. Kaya kumbaga, madali po siya para sa teacher and also sa ating mga students. Yung ating din pong Vsmart, meron po siyang live stream virtual classes. Kung mapapasok na natin yung account, ang pangalan po niyan is My Webinar. So para po siyang ito, parang ganito, Zoom, parang katulad po siya ng Google Meet. So, naka-built-in na po siya sa ating Vsmart LMS. Meron, aside po na meron tayong real-time o yung tinatawag nating synchronous, meron din po siyang feature na asynchronous. Meaning to say, self-paced po siya and teacher-paced as well. Once po in-upload ng teacher yung mga content sa LMS, pwede po yung balik-balikan po ng bata. So, pag nagkaroon tayo ng problem, kunwari sa kuryente o kaya sa ating internet connection, so pwede pong balikan yung contents ng lesson sa ating LMS. So, meron po siyang self-paced feature. And then it comes with complete K-12 digital curriculum, mapped to the school year based on DepEd's budgeted teaching and learning calendar. So, aside from that, yung ating pong curriculum this year, di ba meron tayo yung DepEd, merong learning competencies, but because of this pandemic, meron po tayong binigay si DepEd na MELC, yung most essential learning competencies. So, last June po, May and June, nag-map na po ang ating mga teachers in such a way na yung mga competencies na cover doon sa MELC ay talagang matouch natin. And in-enrich po namin yan ng ating core values ng school, ng ating PBM Go, yung ating philosophy, vision, mission, and goal. So, kaya tinatawag po natin yung ating curriculum as NPS Enriched Curriculum. So, hindi lang po siya DepEd, kundi in-enrich po natin. And also, mayroong mga relevant contents that the pupil can relate in this current situation in this pandemic time. Also, it has virtual interaction between teachers and students through chat discussion. Yung ating may webinar or live stream classes, just like yung ating ginagamit ngayon na Zoom, meron po siyang naka-built-in na chat. So kung merong mga questions yung mga bata, ita-type in lang po yun. So pwede na pong magkaroon ng interaction ang ating mga anak sa kanya-kanyang teacher. And aside from that, meron po siyang offering sa ating mga teachers na meron po siyang CPD units. And the last one, in our LMS, the teachers can create modules, lectures, and assessments. So, aside na mayroon pong mga naka-built-in na provide ang ating provider na Vival Group, Kapag po ang teacher, sa palagay niya, mas okay po yung ganitong strategy, mas okay po yung ganitong content, so pwede po yan i-modify ng ating teacher in the LMS. So, kaya kung titingnan po natin ang ating gagamitin na learning management system, kumbaga package po siya, all-in na po siya dyan. Kaya po, ang isa lang pong platform ang pwede nating magamit. But, we told our teachers na para more creative po ang presentation, so they can also make use of other edtech tools para more creative po. Kung sakaling pong hindi po sila kontento sa ating provider na V-Smart School. So, pwede pa rin gumamit ng iba't ibang edtech tools. So, second is the blended learning. Yung ating pong blended learning, conditional po ito. So, it will happen sometime in December up to the last part of the school year in April. But it will just happen if the government will already permit. So, in the event na hindi pa po tayo permitted ng government for the face-to-face learning, we will continue po the online and the modular or what we call the home-based learning. So sa mga nagtatanong po, what if gusto kong ipagpatuloy yung home-based learning because I'm not confident, I prioritize the safety of my child. So you can go on po with the home-based learning, only that you will advise us. So ano po yung blended learning? So it will come with face-to-face instruction pero half lang ng klase. Say for example, there are 30 in a class, so 15 of that will go to school, the other 15 will stay at home doing the learning activities. So just like po in preschool, example po yung batch 1 will come to school ng Monday and Wednesday. And the batch 2 will come ng Tuesday and Thursday. So, 3 days po, home-based pa rin po yung ating mga bata. So, yung kung sa 3 days na yon, pwede po siyang online or pwede rin pong modular. So, 2 days in school and 3 days at home. So, yan po ang ating blended learning if the government will permit. That will happen in December to April or second semester. So, may I go on now with the second part? So, I will be presenting to you the sample class schedule. So, the first one for grades 1 and 2. Almost lahat po ng ating grade levels, from grade 1 to grade 6, the same po ang, kumbaga, simultaneous po, pare-pareho pang schedule, nagbabari lang po sa subjects. So, since in grades 1 and 2, there are only 7 subjects, so, unlike with the others, kaya meron po tayong may blank dyan. Okay, so the class will begin po ng 8 to 8:30. So, in that, just like po dong sa ating traditional class, meron tayong flag ritual, announcements, and advisors time. Then 8:30 to 9:45, 75 minutes po, that will be for the first period. 9:45 to 10:15, we will have recess. 10:15 to 11:30, example, CLVE as the second subject. 11:30 to 12:30, 1 hour lunch break. Then 12:30 to 1:45, the third subject, example, English. 1:45 to 2, 15-minute health break. Then 2 to 3:15, we have now the last subject. And 3:15 to 4, regular consultation period with parents and students. So, typically po, sign off ng 4 o'clock yung ating mga teachers, pero yung ating mga students, kung wala namang pong concern, at 3:15, pwede na pong mag-sign off. You will notice in our schedule, so yung ating 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nakahati po sa dalawa. So, Monday, Tuesday, yung first 4 subjects. Wednesday, Thursday, the last 3 subjects. So, bakit po yung ganito yung aming dinesign na schedule? So, we believe po kasi yung iba po nakita namin alternate. For example, Monday, math. Then, susundan po si math ng Wednesday na. Susundan uli ng Friday. So, mayroong gap ng 1 day. So, with us, sunod-sunod po siya consecutive. Kasi di ba yung retention ng mga bata. So, and mas madali pong tandaan, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga young learners, kung lagi po siyang mayroong alternate, nakakalito. Pero kung ganito po, mas madali po siyang tandaan. So, very significant din po sa ating schedule yung mga break. After every subject, meron po tayong break. So, for the purpose na we are also concerned of the health of our students, particularly po yung eyesight, para at least after every period, nakakapag-rest po sila. And ma-address po yung kanilang mga concerns para may break din po. Kaya meron tayong mga breaks after every period. So, for the grade 1 and 2, as what I have said a while ago, there are only 7 subjects. That is why po, on Wednesday and Thursday at 2 to 3:15, so no subject na po siya, it will be an online independent reading program. So our former pupils know about this on how does it go because even the previous school year, meron na po tayong gantong program that will motivate our pupils to read. And then in our regular consultation period, so kapag po may concern si parents about the performance of their child or children, so dito po yan. Ito pong time na itong i-utilize. So you can contact your class advisor. So through the group chat, kaya yung even the modular, meron po tayong nire-require na at least merong mobile phone for the consultation. O kaya naman po si advisor or subject teacher, may concern po sa student, so ito po yung time na gagamitin natin. Meaning to say po, dear parents and guardians, from 8 to 3:15, so bibigyan natin po ang ating mga teachers na time to focus on their instruction. So yung ating mga concern, we will lay them down at 3:15 up to 4 o'clock. So that is our schedule for grades 1 and 2. For grade 3, so the same po with grades 1 and 2. The only difference, yung ating Wednesday and Thursday. So meron na tayo pong subject because the grade 3 pupils have 8 subjects already. Okay, and then meron na po dyang additional kasing science. So in grade 1 and 2, wala pong science. So nakompleto po yung ating 4 subjects on Wednesdays and Thursdays. For grades 4 to 6, so the same po in the other grade levels. The only difference, wala na po tayo ditong mother tongue. In replacement po for mother tongue, we have the ICT and EPP. So for our new parents, yung ating ICT, EPP, semestral po yan. Ang ibig sabihin po, example, ICT, it will be given on the first semester, and EPP, it will be given on the second semester. So different teachers po yan in that subject. So we have an ICT teacher and an EPP teacher. So basically po, ganyan po ang ating schedule from Monday to Thursday. Nasaan po si Friday? So since our program for the school year, okay, so since our program for the school year is NPS Flex, yung ating pong Friday, tatawagin po nating Flexi Day. Okay, so paano po yung ating Flexi Day? So it will be divided into 2. Okay, we have the first and third Friday and the second and fourth Friday. So for the activities, I will discuss that later. So let's take a look on the time. So the same po in the previous days. So the class will begin at 8 o'clock. So there will be flag ritual, and para maiba naman po, dahil ang ating Friday nga is Flexi Day, and ito po yung particular day wherein dito talaga natin madidevelop yung holistic formation even at the time of pandemic. So hindi lang po tayo talaga totally academic. So even in distance learning, so we will try our best to give the total formation that we are giving as a school. So that is why po, we will have the physical activity. So let's get physical po through Zumba. It will be parang like decentralized po siya. So, yung mga anak po natin, mag-exercise in front of their computers para at least kahit papano, I know that they are also playing. But then, as a school, so we'll have Zumba virtually. So, mayroon po tayo dyang Zumba instructor. So, live stream din po siya through our LMS. And then, 8:30 to 9:30, pag for first Friday, we will have the first Friday Mass. So, yung ating pong spiritual formation, so still, we will have that. So, yung live stream. As a matter of fact, sa ating Mass of the Holy Spirit, kay our chairman and Archbishop of Cáceres, kay Archbishop Rolly Terona, will be the one to preside the Mass. So, naka-live stream po yun. So, the same with our first Friday Masses. So, kapag po hindi first Friday, that would be second, third, and fourth, there will be homeroom guidance. So, dito po sa ating homeroom guidance, dito po ating dinidevelop yung ating core values. Yung FIRES po na binanggit po ni Teacher Chari, yung faith, integrity, respect, excellence, and social responsibility. So, 1 hour po yan. After the first Friday Mass or homeroom guidance, there will be a 30-minute recess. So 10 to 10:40, on the first and third Friday, we will have the session with the librarian. Kung wala pong session sila, kasi by grade level po yung ating session with the librarian, so yung other grade level will have their online independent reading program. So pag second and fourth po, meron po tayong enrichment activities sa ating mga tool subjects. So, di ba meron tayong tinatawag na tool and non-tool. So, yung ating mga tool subjects, English, Math, Science, or Mother Tongue, and Filipino, so there will be enrichment activities on the second and fourth Friday. So, 10:40 to 11:20, we will have project-based assessment. So, kahit po tayo distance learning, still yung ating mga performance tasks, gagawin pa nun po, medyo lang po in different way. Kasi yung mga typical na performance tasks, hindi natin magagawa. So, meron po tayo mga i-design na pwede pong relevant sa ating platform of learning ngayon. And then, pag second and fourth, there will be math activities. 11:20 to 1, so medyo mahaba po ang ating lunch break. Okay, during Friday, so 100 minutes, that's about 2 hours. So lunch break para at least makapag-rest po sila ng medyo matagal-tagal. Then 40 minutes from 1 to 1:40, hangout session. Ano po yung hangout session? With our formation officer. So pwede pong mag-conduct niya ng ating student formator. Pwede rin po ang ating mga guidance counselors. Pwede rin po ang ating health services coordinator. So, in second and fourth, we have the science for grades 3 to 6 and mother tongue for grades 1 to 2. And then for 1:40 to 2, health break again. So 2 to 2:40, we will have the director's formation program or project-based assessment sa hindi po nakakandak na formation program ng ating director. And then, second and fourth, we have the Filipino. So, dear parents, pag Flexi Day po, pag Friday, so sign off po natin is 2:40. During Fridays po, wala po tayong parents consultation. Kasi after that po, we will have the professional learning community ng mga teachers. Ito yung po yung time namin para mag-usap-usap in order to improve our instruction. But anyway naman po ang ating mga class advisors, they're very accommodating. So you can text them, you can message them in case meron po kayong concern. Pero not that time na 2:40 to 4 because PLC sessions po natin yan. Okay, so yan po ang ating Flexi Day on Fridays. So, balikan ko po si Monday to Thursday, yung academic days natin. So, if you will notice, meron po tayong 75 minutes per subject. Paano po natin yung gagawin? So, 5 minutes, siyempre bibigyan natin ng time for technical preparations and attendance checking. Although po si ating LMS ay nagge-generate na po ng attendance, pero maganda pa rin kasi maaaring nag-login po siya, pero physically not present siya. What I mean na physical, mula dun siya sa tapat ng computer, pagka-login niya, umalis siya. So maganda pa rin, i-check pa rin ni teacher kung talaga nandoon yung kanyang 30 students or 25 students. So, magbibigay tayo ng time for 5 minutes technical. But aside from the 5 minutes, meron na po yung 15 minutes break, diba? So, medyo marami tayong time for technical preparations. And then, 30 to 40 minutes po for live stream class or webinar. So, diyan po sa live stream class, ang mangyayari po dyan, para po yung traditional instruction from motivation up to the closure of the lesson, makikita po natin dyan. And then, para mas ma-enrich yung pong learning ating mga bata, so magpo-provide po tayo ng 30 minutes for formative and summative assessment. So, may mga drills. The drills can come through the LMS, ma-access nila yun doon, o kaya naman pwedeng pagawin po ang mga exercises na nandun sa ating textbooks. So yung ating MAPE, yung Music, Arts, PE, and Health. So paano po yun? Para po mas focus, okay, ginawa natin to last school year, yung bawat area ng subject na ito, so inassign natin per quarter. So for the first quarter, lahat po naka-health. Second quarter, arts. Third quarter, PE. Fourth quarter, music. So yung ating assignment po ng bawat area ng ating MAPE subject, strategic po ito. Kung mapapansin po ninyo, yung ating PE, nasa third quarter. Kasi more or less, if the government permits, at least, pwede na po silang makapag-perform ng mga physical activities, okay, on the third quarter. That will be on December. So, paano po yung ating session with the librarian pagpa-Friday? So, every Friday, the librarian will conduct a virtual class to a particular grade level. So, maaring itour sila sa library, particularly yung ating mga new pupils, para at least nakita man lang yung library ko ng itsura. But aside from that, meron po siyang ipe-prepare ng mga modules, okay, about that will discuss about the book or the library, in using the library, etc. So gagawin po yan ng ating librarian. So it will be one grade level, okay, pag first and third Friday. Say for example, August 7 is grade 1, the following is grade 2, and the next is grade 3. So one grade level po per Friday. So, another important thing po sa ating Flex today, yung ating Director's Formation Program. So, as a Catholic school, the spiritual formation experiences of our students really matter to us. To ensure opportunities to nurture their personal relationship with God remain important even in an online format. So that is why po, every Friday, so the director will facilitate the formation program through a catechism, reflections, and updates in the Catholic Church para itong simple or mini recollection. So it will be conducted mga 15 to 30 minutes or it can go beyond, depende po sa situation. So yan po, very unique po yan sa ating program, yung formation program ng ating director. So, importante ito kasi, di ba, yung, kahit yung mga new pupils, siyempre naman kilala ang ating mga staff physically. So that at least even in a distance learning, makikilala pa rin ang ating director and makukuha yung kanyang mga insights, especially in the formation of our faith.
Let's now have Sir Trece Z. Maqueda.
Good afternoon, parents, to our students. I would like to express first my gratitude to the parents who chose Naga Parochial School to enroll their children to us. That means a lot to us because it means trust and confidence to the Naga Parochial School. So rest assured that the school will do its best to provide your children quality education and strong Catholic formation. Before I start my presentations, I would like to tell you first that everything that has been discussed by Teacher Jazz will also be implemented in the high school department. Like, for example, the module template, the learning modalities, the LMS, the Vibal LMS in school, all of this will be used by the high school department. Okay, let me continue. May I bring you to my discussion. Okay, so first I would like to raise this question. Since the school, the high school department has been adopting for 7 years this program, which is called Dynamic Learning Program. The question is, are we still going to adopt the Dynamic Learning Program this school year? Okay, so after I discuss the components of the program, more or less you will find the answer to the question. So again, the question is, are we still going to adopt the Dynamic Learning Program this school year? Okay, like what the principal mentioned earlier, the school is adopting the Dynamic Learning Program. The two proponents of this are two physicists. Actually, the wife happened to be a Bicolana, si Mrs. Victoria, Dr. Maria Victoria Carpio. So she's actually from Naga City. Okay, 7 years ago, we chose this program. When we opened our high school department, we thought of a program that somehow sets apart Naga Parochial School from other schools. So this is the program that we implemented 7 years ago until today. So there is only one reason why we adopted this. We want our learners to be independent learners and to be self-directed. Because this DLP is a new way of learning that promotes independent learning and self-directedness. Okay, what are the 4 components of Dynamic Learning Program? The first one is the parallel classes scheme. Okay, so for the students in grade 8, 9, and 10, they know this very well. But for the newcomers, the grade 7 and the transferees, I would like you to bring this presentation. So number 1 is the parallel classes scheme. 2 sections are handled by 1 expert teacher at the same time. Okay, for example, the time is 8 to 9. There are 2 sections handled by Sir Mac, the science teacher. So how will that happen na yung dalawang sections handled by 1 teacher only? In section 1, that is handled by expert teacher, while the other section, section 2, somebody is watching the students there. Ang tawag sa kanya ay teacher facilitator. Number 2 component is the activity-based learning. The students copy the essential ideas. The students answer exercises and solve problems. So yung activity-based learning, this is the copying task of the students. So they copy and they answer even before the intervention of the teachers. Kahit hindi pa nagtuturo yung teachers, mayroon nang ginagawa yung teachers. So in this program, when you enter our classroom, our students are busy solving problems kahit yung teachers hindi pa nagtuturo. So that is called activity-based learning. Number 3 component is the comprehensive student portfolio. So here, the student compile all the activity sheets accomplished per subject in a folder portfolio. So dito, yung mga portfolio color-coded. So this is where our students compile everything, the accomplished activity sheets, the quizzes, the tests, and their performance tasks. The number 4 component is the Wednesday strategic rest. So this is strategic rest. This is non-academic day. Yung academic days are devoted for 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So pag Wednesday, it is non-academic day. So what do the students do every Wednesday? So we have there the PE, we have there the foreign languages, we have there the cooking in TLE, programming in ICT, homeroom guidance, sports club, and non-sports clubs. So these are the 4 components of the dynamic learning program. Okay. Going back to the questions, are we still going to adopt the dynamic learning program this school year? The answer is yes, but not all components will be implemented this school year. For example, the parallel classes scheme, so that will not be implemented this school year because that can only happen during face-to-face. What about the activity-based learning, the writing task of our students? Yes, we will implement that this school year. What about the comprehensive student portfolio? Even they are at home, are they going to compile their activities there? Yes. The Wednesday strategic rest, definitely no, because wala na yung PE, wala na yung sports, wala na yung SAP. So, we will still adopt DLP, but not all components of that will be implemented. So again, we will implement DLP this school year. Okay, by the way, last school years, our students were given learning sheets. Today, the students will still be given learning sheets. Ang tawag na sa kanya ay journal writing activity. So, it has two parts, essential ideas and reflection. So, what are expected in the essential ideas part? So, our students will write there the summary of the lesson, illustrative examples, and process questions. In the reflection part, the students will have the personal experience, how they participated during webinar, then the student's personal opinion about how the teacher delivered the lesson, students' application, how can the students apply the learning to a real life situation, and the student's resolutions about how he can improve his performance. So again, this will be given to the students, and during release of books, I think pwede na itong isabay sa pagkuha ng mga parents. Okay, ito yung comprehensive students portfolio. So, this school year, again, may color-coded portfolio man giraray. Long folders, so this is the colors. These are the colors of the folders. CLVE pink, English red, Math orange, Science green, Filipino yellow, Araling Panlipunan white, MAPE black, TLE or ICT blue. Okay, by the way, this school year, our students will only accomplish one learning sheet a week every subject. So for a week, yung bata will accomplish only 8 learning activities sheets. Okay, so basically, we will also be adapting the same schedule as the grade school. There are 4 periods for Monday and Tuesday, as well as for Wednesday and Thursday. And also Friday, we will also call it Flexi Day. More or less the same schedule as the grade school. I would like to touch a little about the scholarships and grants. Some parents are asking na paano da makalaog ning scholarships yung mga aki ininda. So I would like to discuss, and after this, you can think already kung paano makakalaog sa scholarship. Number 1, we have the academic scholarships. Okay, so this is given to incoming grade 1 and incoming grade 7 who rank first or second from the previous school they attended. Okay? So first and second when they were in kinder and when they were in grade 6. Okay? The other one is when a student is the top student. For example, in grade 1, if Mr. De La Cruz ranked first, so pag nag-grade 2 siya, automatically, he or she will be given 100% scholarship. So, ito yung academic scholarship. And of course, to avail of the scholarship the following year, dapat mayroong maintaining grade na in-observe. And the guidelines for that is found in our manual. The number 2 is the NPS grant. Ano yung NPS grant? Okay, this scholarship is given to the students who are financially challenged, but they are academically performing well. So, inot mo ng requirements, aaramon mo the family background of the students. Kung medyo igwaman pong kaya, we discourage the parents to apply na because we will give that to more deserving students na talaga pong medyo tios, medyo mayong pampaeskwela sa private school or sa Naga Parochial School. Okay? The second step is the student will take the scholarship exam. Pag nakapasa na po, igwa po kami ng home visit to check the family, to check the situation of the family. Araw po kayo ng NPS grant. Number 3 is the special grant. Ang special grant are students who are referred to our director, to our school director. So meaning to say, iniman po si mga students na mayong-mayo po talaga, but referred to us by private entities outside na matibay sa klase pero dahil kaya mag-eskwela. So our school director gives discretion or gives his decision upon checking of the family background. So these are my topics, the NPS scholarships, grants, and the program in the high school department. Yeah, if you have questions, I think you can just type in the questions there. Thank you very much. Thank you for staying focused.
So we know that many were affected po by the COVID-19 pandemic. So how did Naga Parochial School help the parents cope with this crisis? So this school year po, even if we applied already at the DepEd for a tuition fee increase, and even if it will be approved, we will not implement it. So we don't have any tuition fee increase. But we lowered pa po our miscellaneous fees by 15%. So if you will check po the fees that you have paid, included na po dyan ang mga books, and compare it with last year's school fees, nag-lower po siya. Then, for our parents who lost their jobs, especially the OFW parents, we are offering the soft payment scheme. So, just visit po the office and present to us a document or any proof that you were displaced in your work. Then, we have the 1,000 lang enrolled ka na promo. This was extended until June 30, 2020, but we still extended it until July 10. So you can still avail of just paying 1,000, then enrolled na po ang aki. May I present to you the schedule of the release of textbooks? So many parents are already asking po about this. But we released this in the group chat. So starting Monday po, July 6, the preschool and grade 1 pupils, of course, it's the parents who will be claiming the textbooks here in school. And on Tuesday, grades 2 and 3, Wednesday, grades 4 and 5, Thursday, grade 6. So next week po, July 13, that's for the high school na. Monday po, grade 7 and 8, then Tuesday, grades 9 and 10. And for July 15 and 16, Wednesday and Thursday, next week, this will be for those who are not able to claim the books on their scheduled day. So where will you go po? You will go to the isolation room. It's beside the clinic. And you can go there from 8 o'clock to 11:30. Pero better po na daita isagad na 11:30 madigdi. Okay. And then 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. So we will open in the afternoon for claiming the books. The guards po will be giving you numbers so that we can ensure that there is physical distancing and we can still observe the health protocols. So, may I present to you our 10 rules of netiquette for the NPS students. Now po that the children are at home, we cannot implement the usual code of discipline which we had been implementing here in school. So, we have prepared, just like po the 10 commandments, we have the 10 rules of netiquette for our students. First rule, yan, very important po. Follow the class schedule that will be given to you. So, we will release your respective class schedules a week before the class starts. So, always be on time. Logging in after 8 o'clock in the morning will be considered late. Remember po, in the report card, there is a column there wherein we report also your tardiness. So, your teachers will be able to detect if you are late. So, we already adjusted the time. It's not anymore 7:15. O, this time po, it's 8 o'clock. So, sana po, nandyan kayo before 8 o'clock. Number 2 rule, make sure that you are wearing your school uniform. We have explained in previous interviews po the reason why we will request you, we will ask you, dear children, to wear your school uniform, but it will be the upper part only, just the blouse for the girls or polo for the boys. Yan po. So you will be seen by your teachers if you are wearing your uniform. Rule number 3, find a quiet and conducive area in your house for your virtual class. So it's very important that you will not be disturbed in your study area. Rule number 4, prepare a table and chair where you can sit comfortably, but not so comfortable that you might be tempted to sleep during the class. Yun po. Number 5, stay away from distractions like pets. If you have a class, wala munang pets, also TV and other devices during class time. And may I add, if you have younger siblings at home, stay away from them. Wag po kayong magpa-istorbo. Focus kayo sa klase. Number 6, very important po ito, you are at home, so there are a lot of temptations to eat or drink. So we're telling you, eat or drink during break time only. We made sure that in preparing the schedule, you have plenty of break time. So this is part of training you to be a disciplined person. Tell yourself that you will only eat or drink if it's break time. Okay? This will help you, again, to focus on your studies, on your lessons. And number 7, be respectful towards your teacher and classmates during lessons. So one of our core values is respect. So be respectful. Listen carefully to your teachers. Number 8, post comments that are only school-related. Cyberbullying will not be tolerated. So wala pong mag-name calling dyan o kung ano-ano pa na hindi maganda. We will not be happy with that. So we are teaching you to be kind and to love your teacher and your classmates. Rule number 9, submit assignments and projects on time. Sa LMS po natin, nakaset yan, yung mga deadlines. So you will be monitored by your teachers. We, the administrators, also have a way of monitoring you. Kasi po, may account din kami. Nakikita namin doon kung sino ang bata na hindi po nagko-comply. Baka po magbisita kami sa bahay ninyo. And rule number 10, it is better to get 0 than to cheat. So, since you are at home and you have quizzes, you might be tempted to cheat. Please remember this. So, be serious in your studies so that you will not get 0. Diba? Lagi ninyong naririnig noon. Our appeal po, as much as possible, parents' intervention is discouraged during the virtual class. So, hayaan muna natin po ang mga bata na matuto together with their teachers. So, if you have questions, then we have a time for you to ask the teachers concerned. So classes will begin po on July 20, 2020. Tuloy na po ang start ng classes natin. Then, for announcements and other updates, please visit our Facebook page, Naga Parochial School. Hanapin po ninyo yung picture na to. This is a screenshot of the Facebook page of Naga Parochial School. So, i-like po yan. And then, dyan po kayo tumingin pag may mga announcements kami at pag may updates. So, those who have not enrolled yet, we are inviting you to enroll now. You have seen how serious we are with our academics and with other formation for the students. So, talaga pong when Naga Parochial School says na online distance learning, we mean it. Talaga pong may klase every day. Hindi po once a week lang makikita ang teacher. Talaga pong araw-araw at sa bawat subject. Yun po. So this is our way of ensuring that your children will receive quality education. So for online enrollment, please visit our website, www.nps.edu.ph. And for on-site enrollment, this month po of July, we are open from Monday to Friday na po. So open na po kami this coming Fridays, 8 to 11 in the morning. So be one of the best. Be a parochialite. So these are the teachers and staff who will be helping us deliver the quality education that we have been promising. So the Naga Parochial School faculty and staff for school year 2020-2021. The school administrators, you have met him this afternoon, Reverend Father Dario A. Echepare, our school director. And yours truly, Mrs. Rosario B. Olalia, Principal. Then our administrative service staff, we have Mr. Marcelino Lagoda, our Treasurer. Mrs. Marites Ramos, our Registrar. Mr. Pablito A. Layagan, our Campus Management and Development Supervisor and Chief Security Officer. And the staff in our student services, we have Mrs. Maria Dolores V. De Jesus, our Guidance and Research Services Coordinator. Ms. Sheila R. Aldecoa, our Guidance Counselor in the grade school. Mrs. Rani Abordo, our Guidance Counselor in the grade school. Mrs. Catherine Chavez, our Student Formator. Ms. Kimberly S. Paredes, our School Nurse and Health Services Coordinator. Then let's meet the academic coordinators. We have Mrs. Hasmin Moises. You have seen her, our academic coordinator for grade school, and she's also the Christian Living and Values Education Supervisor. And we have Mr. Trece Makeda, our academic coordinator for high school and mathematics supervisor. Then our subject area supervisors are Mrs. Christine C. Surara, Communication Arts English Supervisor. Mrs. Susana B. Echano, Science Supervisor. Mr. Loreto Antonio Jr., Araling Panlipunan Supervisor. Mr. Christopher M. Palomania, Filipino and Mother Tongue Supervisor. Mr. Alejandro Banzalida, Edukasyong Pantahanan at Pangkabuhayan or EPP and TLE Supervisor. Mrs. Fatima V. Makeda, ICT or Computer Supervisor. Mrs. Janet A. Lanuzo, MAPE Supervisor. Ms. Gia Z. Enriquez, she's here with us, Preschool Coordinator. Then, our academic non-teaching staff. Ms. Hazel Halcon, our Instructional Media Center Coordinator and School Librarian. Now, the class advisors. For SPED, we have Ms. Irish C. Ayaay, SPED St. Gerard. In preschool, we have Ms. Karen B. Melmida for Nursery 1, St. Therese in the morning po, and Kinder St. Paul in the afternoon. Miss Annie De La Torre, Nursery 2, St. John the Evangelist in the morning, and Kinder St. Peter in the afternoon. For grade 1, our class advisors are Miss Gia Enriquez, grade 1 St. Camillus de Lelis, and Miss Germaine K. Masagka, grade 1 St. John Bosco. This school year po, we tried our best to assign the advisor in his or her previous class. Para po may dati ng rapport, dati ng kilala ng mga bata, yung advisor nila. For grade 2, Mrs. Juliet P. De Vela, St. Gregory the Great. Miss Marjol Kim S. Capillano, St. Leo the Great. And for grade 3, we have Miss Jolife S. Rania, San Lorenzo Ruiz. Miss Naville V. Navales, St. Peter Baptist. Miss Pechi B. Saludes, St. Thomas More. Grade 4 Class Advisors, Miss Nancy F. Patanao, St. John the Baptist. Miss Abilangel G. Rodavia, St. Joseph. And for grade 5, we have Mrs. Christine F. Borja, St. Dominic de Guzman. Mrs. Myla S. Saison, St. Benedict. Mrs. Myra A. Ruwaring, St. Francis of Assisi. For grade 6, Mrs. Christine C. Sorara, St. John Chrysostom. Mr. Loreto Antonio Jr., St. Thomas Aquinas. Mr. Isaac Benjamin C. De Sena, St. Anthony de Padua. Now let's meet our junior high school teachers, grade 7. Mrs. Sherilyn P. Pacardo is on maternity leave. She's the advisor in San Pedro, Calungsod. So Miss Michelle and Constante will be the substitute class advisor until Teacher She returns sometime this August. Mr. John Michael J. Fabie, St. Dominic Savio. Mr. Mark Lawrence D. Luistro, St. Aloysius Gonzaga. And for grade 8, we have Mr. Mac Divino B. Largo, St. John Paul II. Miss Faye-Ann Monedero, St. John the 23rd. And Mr. John Ace B. De Leon, St. Teresa of Calcutta. For grade 9, Miss Baby Jean A. Rodriguez, St. Ambrose. Mr. Roy Sherwin D. Angeles, St. Jerome. And Miss Maria Veronica V. Carrascal, St. Maria Goretti. And finally, our grade 10 class advisors, Mr. Marvin A. Almario, St. Albert the Great. Mr. Robert John Carillo, St. Alphonsus Ligori. And Miss Kate B. Braga, St. Bonaventure. So, I hope you will be able to remember the faces of your class advisors and also the other members of the faculty and staff of the Naga Parochial School so that if ever you need our help, you know po whom to approach. Now, our subject teachers, we have Mrs. Elena B. Gogola. She will handle ICT and EPP, both in grade school and in junior high school. Mrs. Mary Jane R. Nunez, mathematics teacher in the grade school. Miss Michelle N. Constante, science teacher in junior high school. Miss Samia Kim G. Duran, MAPE teacher in high school. And we have Miss Alexis Joy A. Año-Nuevo, MAPE teacher in the grade school. And Miss Angelica I. Jacob, Araling Panlipunan teacher in junior high school. Our health services support personnel, we have Dr. Myla N. Baturiano, our school physician. And in the accounting office, we have Mrs. Ditas D. Abeliada, Senior Accounting Associate. Mrs. Lydia M. Gomez, Senior Accounting Assistant. Miss Maria Glenda D. Salvador, Junior Accounting Assistant. Our office staff, Miss Mary Grace A. Yuzon at the Director's Office, Mrs. Arlen B. Benico at the Principal's Office, Mrs. Jarena M. Christie at the Academic Coordinator's Office, Miss Myra M. Dicena at the Registrar's Office, and Mr. Joseph Patrick L. Agravante, our support staff, and Miss Marie Amor O. Ungkit, our support staff. Our utility and driver, we have Mr. Elmer A. Navarrete and Mr. Emmanuel A. Navarrete. So, we welcome you to the Naga Parochial School, our dear parents. We're happy to have you with us. So this time, back to teacher.
We will be playing video about our V-Smart.
Good day, our dear parents. So today
more
po
about
ay
our
magkakaroon
V-Smart
tayo ng orientation and walkthrough kung paano po magagamit ng inyong mga anak ang V-Smart School sa darating na pasukan. V-Smart School is a teaching and learning platform for students and teachers so that your child may still continue learning even at home. Once na nag-login po si student sa kaniyang account with V-Smart School, they can take their everyday lessons created by the teacher, and aside from that, dito rin po nila iti-take ang kanilang assessments. And of course, they can also interact during the virtual classes conducted by their teacher. So perfect po ito para sa mga estudyante na may medyo mahina yung internet connectivity because the students can still take their lessons even beyond the prescribed time of their teacher. So what you are seeing in your screen right now is a sample po ng lesson na makikita ni student sa kanyang account. So with the lesson po, nandyan yung lesson description, objective, lesson outline, and the schedule po ng kanyang webinar na in-schedule ng kanyang teacher. Using V-Smart School also, our students may access their ebooks inside V-Smart. So yung mga libro po ng ating estudyante na magagamit po nila for the rest of the school year ay kay V-Smart School din po nila i-access. So we have this augmented reality feature of our textbooks na once na kinlik po ni student yung AR logo within the pages of their book, ay mag-augment po automatically yung mga images. So these are 3D audiovisual images na ma-enjoy ng ating mga estudyante. So ngayon naman po, i-walk through ko po kayo sa ating V-Smart School platform wherein our students po will use their username and password to log in into their own accounts. So once nakapag-login na yung ating mga estudyante sa kanilang accounts, hahanapin lang po nila yung kanilang grade level. Pipili po sila ng subject kung ano po yung iti-take nila for that particular day and time. So once kinlik po nila yung subject, makikita po nila doon yung lesson description, lesson objective, lesson outline, and of course, yung schedule ng live streaming na sinet ng kanilang teacher. So to start the lesson of our students, they will just need to click on Start Lesson. So once nakapag-start po ng lesson yung ating mga estudyante, of course, ang makikita po nila sa loob ng lesson nila will be the lecture na kinreate ng ating mga teachers. And of course, they will also answer the assessments na nandoon po sa kanilang lesson. Aside from that, if ever po our teacher will require our students to pass their output or their final activity, so si student naman po, pwede po siyang mag-attach ng file na ipapasa po sa kanyang teacher. So habang nagtitake po ng lesson yung ating mga estudyante, pwede rin naman pong mag-conduct si teacher ng live streaming or video conference with the students. So, saan po pupunta si student? Babalik lang po siya doon sa ating lesson preview. So, we'll just need to click on the lesson preview. Then, katulad po nung pinakita ko kanina.
How can we download the V-Smart?
Okay po. How can you download the V-Smart? Once enrollment is over po, kumbaga, before Actually po, we have a planned online trial lesson after next week. So that would be July, about July 14. By that time po, we have given you already the student account. So once you have the student account, once you receive the account, your child can already access that.
Yung ating pong LMS, web-based po siya. So, ibig sabihin po, hindi po siya nada-download. Okay. At present po, ang pwede po nating ma-download through mobile phone, yung ating V-Smart School. So, pwede na po siyang i-download Android through sa mobile phone. Pero kapag po ang gamit natin ay desktop, laptop, hindi po siya mada-download. So, para maka-access po kayo pag meron na tayong student account, web-based. So, ilalagay po natin yung URL. So, the www.school.vsmart.ph. So, anyway, magbibigay naman po kami ng instructions on that, further instructions. So, hindi po downloadable. Ulitin ko po sa desktop and laptop. Ang pwede po mobile, vSmart School. Pero si vSmart LMS, nasa process pa lang po siya ng pag-develop.
Okay po. Next question. Hi po, if it will be the computer which will check the exams and quizzes, does that mean that the questions will be limited to objective type? And what is the possible alternative in case the internet connection is interrupted while the students are taking the exams?
Okay po. So, yung ating pong vSmart LMS and school, may different kinds of tests po. Actually, almost all type of tests, from multiple choice, identification, short answer, puzzle, drag and drop, even essay po. So, paano po yung gagawin? Maglalagay po si teacher, mag-upload po ng mga questions. Meron na pong correct answer doon na particular. Even po yung essay, may expected pong answer. Pero, pwede po siyang ng computer kapag close to that. So, yung ating LMS, medyo mayroon po siyang ability na kapag yung answer close po doon sa possible answer sa essay question, pwede po siya magkaroon ng point. Okay. And to add po, yung ating performance task, meron din po tayo doon mga rubrics. So, naka-upload din po yun sa ating LMS. So, yung tanong po kung objective type, so not really kasi even essay, pwede pong gawin natin sa ating LMS and vSmart School. So, yung ating all levels of assessment still possible po sa ating vSmart. Yun po.
What is the possible alternative in case the internet connection is interrupted while the students are taking the exams?
While students are taking the exam. Possible
Alternative.
Actually po, yung ating pong question, example po, yung examination natin, may time-bound po siya. Pero in case po nagkaroon po ng problem yung ating internet or even yung nagkaroon ng brownout, during the parents consultation o kaya tell your advisor na yung anak ninyo ay hindi natapos yung exam, si teacher po, pwede niya pong i-modify po yung ating LMS para po sa inyong anak. So, magkakaroon po ng modification doon sa time allotment and time to access para po sa anak nyo. So, ipaprocess niya po yung student account. So, kaya po, pwede po siyang balikan. Pero po, sa lahat po, actually, time-bound po siya. But in case nagkaroon ng problem, ulitin ko po, paki-advise po ang inyong advisor. Si advisor po ang magre-relay sa subject teacher para ma-modify po ang account niya at ma-access niya po yung exam na hindi natapos.
Okay po. Can the modules be sent via email instead?
Modules. Yeah, kasi yung modular po, actually for the purpose po yung parang walang internet connection. Pero kung may mga iba kasi naintindihan namin na may internet naman, baka sakali sa data, so hindi kakayanin ang live stream class. So, pwede po na ipadala po sa email. Okay, so ibig sabihin po every Friday hindi pupunta ng school. Pero po ang tanong kasi dyan, mapapadala po namin yung module through email. Pero po, yung accomplished na worksheet, yung accomplished summative assessment, kailangan po talagang dalhin po yun dito sa school. So, possible po ang pagpadala. Actually po, to be honest, practical po yun sa school kasi makakatipid kami ng papel. Okay, so pero po pag-accomplish na po yung for the checking of the teachers.
There be per virtual class?
Right this moment, our enrollment, our classes, our sections, the number of students every sections is 30. So I think we will just allow 30 students in one sections because our management during virtual discussions will be easier for us.
Need pa po ba ng notebook for them?
Actually po, nag-usap-usap po kami ng academic team. Still, sabi namin, pinopromote pa namin kahit nasa online format, more on coding, pero maganda pa rin na nagsusulat, kaya nga po mayroong textbook. Tapos napag-usapan po namin ng academic team, bawat bata ay magkaroon pa rin ng isang notebook. What's the purpose? Note-taking po siya. Okay, pero actually, pwede naman po ngayon doon din sa textbook kung mag-note take. Aside from that, during homeroom guidance po, so pag homeroom guidance, wala naman tayong textbook for that, so kailangan pa rin po ng notebook. So kung mayroong mga reminders, doon po isusulat sa notebook. Dahil wala po tayo ngayong student's diary. But isa lang po yung notebook. So pero kung talagang nagtitipid po, kahit po yung previous notebook ng mga nakaraang taon, pwede na po yun. Kasi hindi naman po namin checkan. The purpose lang of that is note-taking for the reminders and etc. So, personal use po siya.
Ma-access din po ba ng parents ang LMS?
Ano?
May access din daw po ba yung parents sa LMS?
Actually, ma-access po siya ng parent through the student's account. So, pag binigay po namin ng student account, yung parents po, ma-access po nyo. By the way, ang significant po sa ating LMS, meron po doon performance tracker. Napakaganda po itong feature ng ating LMS. Ano po yung performance tracker? Sample po, you are at work, tapos pagdating nyo po sa bahay, gusto nyong kumustahin yung anak. Of course, pwede nyo po i-interview yung mga anak, pero kung gusto nyo pong authentic yung feedback sa inyo, login po kayo sa ating LMS using the student account of your child, and then pindutin nyo po yung performance tracker. Ang presentation po yan by percentage. For example, the topic is about, kunwari si ELB po, kasi ako, creation. So, lesson on creation. May makikita po kayo doon percentage. Example, 50%. Ibig sabihin, yung anak nyo po, 50% pa lang ng lesson ang na-accomplish po niya. So, hindi niya pa po. Say for example, on that week, tapos Monday, Tuesday yung kanyang subject sa CLVE. Tapos, Tuesday na, pag uwi niyong kinagabihan, bakit hindi pa niya tapos? So, pwede niyo pong pasukin yung account, tingnan niyo, ano ang hindi rito natapos ng aking anak. So, pwede niyo pong i-follow up sa inyong anak na, anak, meron ka pang assessment. May one assessment ka pa rito hindi nasasagutan. So, kaya napakaganda po yung ating performance tracker. Feature po siya ni LMS.
What happens if a child loses connectivity in a particular day? Will he or she be marked absent? How will he or she make up for it?
We will give all considerations to the child. What is important lang po is for us to be informed about the problem, so that we can adjust whatever is the deadline, if there is a deadline, and if there is an assessment, then we can adjust also the time po, as long as be open to us.
Okay. Next po, did you perform a test run or a simulation of the V-Smart before using it real time? What did you find out in the test run or simulation?
For the students po, we will be doing the trial class on July 14. So, we scheduled it earlier than the opening of classes so that we still have time to make adjustments if there are problems along the way.
Are the enrichment activities need separate enrollment and fee similar to the enrichment programs previously offered?
No po, no. The enrichment activities are embedded in our curriculum, so you don't need to pay extra for that.
Will the music program still be offered?
We are looking at that possibility po because we want as much as possible to make life as normal as possible for the children. So we will see after the first quarter if we can offer music lessons through Zoom or other platforms. We are open for that.
Kailan po ibibigay sa students or parents ang access sa Smart School and Smart LMS?
It would be before po the online trial class on July 14.
What is the grading system for modular and for online learning?
Actually po, ever since we were following what the DepEd, the grading system of the DepEd. So as of now, they haven't issued any new guidelines po because we are adopting a different kind of instruction. So we will wait for whatever they will release, but if it's nearing already the first quarter examination and we haven't received yet, we will craft our own grading system.
As per explanation of Teacher Jazz, the modules includes the summative assessment or graded quiz as one of the 3 packets. If modular students will acquire these modules by the start of the week, they will have access to these quiz questions ahead of time in comparison to those students who will engage in online learning. How will you ensure that the academic honesty will still be at play? Is the set of questions in the module different from that of the online or learning management system?
Okay po. So what I have said po a while ago, yung learning modules po, yung content is the same with the online and with the modular. So tama po yun. Actually, yung academic honesty talaga, especially sa modular, hindi talaga namin yan ma-ensure sa inyo. Kumbaga, nasa ano na po yan ng ating mga anak, ng ating parents. So, kaya po dito, in this very unique way of instruction, nakikiusap po kami sa mga parents na napakalaki ng role, particularly po on values development. So, naisip po namin kung ipapadala po yung summative test a week after, still ganun pa din naman po. So still yung accessibility dali para sa ating mga learners. Kaya po dito, ang hinihingi na lang po namin is may develop talaga po sa mga bata yung ating core value of integrity. So pagdating po talaga sa bagay na yan, we really cannot hold on it. Okay, so we will depend to our parents, to our children. So, I think hindi lang kami magkakaproblema on that matter pagdating sa modular. Even the other schools magkakaroon ng problem sa modular when it comes to answering the summative test.
May I add po, we know that if we do that, if we cheat, ang lugi po talaga niyan, hindi ang teacher, hindi ang school, kundi ang estudyante. So, let's help the children by teaching them honesty. Until they grow old, they will carry with them that value. And it will help them to become successful. It is really better to get 0 than to cheat.
Will there be pa po bang mass notebook?
Yes po. Sa CLVE, meron pa rin. So, yung ating mga anak hindi makakapag-attend ng mass with a face-to-face, pero may mga available just like nung mga nakaraang mga buwan, so live stream. Yung ating pong mga modular, so, i-require pa rin namin sila mag-submit ng mass notebook every Friday. Yung ating mga online students, the Sunday Gospel Reflection will come in an online platform using our LMS through essay. So ipapaliwanag po namin ito sa inyong mga anak during the subject orientation. So may particular part po doon sa LMS na through essay na makakapagsulat pa rin po sila ng reflection. So still, yung aming pinopromote na Sunday Mass Attendance, virtually dahil sa panahon ngayon, still, i-continue po natin yan ngayon kasi mahalaga po yan para sa atin.
I-connect ko na po siguro doon kasi hindi nabanggit kanina. On July 20 po, wala munang lesson as in lesson. We will devote that day for orientation of the class advisor. So everything that the child needs to know, yun po ang i-discuss for that day. And then the following day po, papasok na po yung first set ng subject teachers. Magkakandak din po ng orientation ang kanya-kanyang subject teachers sa mga bata.
Can we use both online and modular system? Can we use both online and modular system?
It will not be advisable po to use both kasi PT naman for the child. Remember po that the child will be answering exercises. So kung dala-dalawa po, nag-answer na siya sa online, tapos mag-spend pa siya ng ganun din kadaming time sa pag-answer at pag-aral doon sa modular, kawawa naman po ng bata. So we really encourage you to stick to one to one mode of instruction. But if you meet po a problem with your chosen mode of instruction, we will allow just one time shifting. Like for example po, you from online, you want to go to modular, we will allow that, but it will be difficult na po to go back again to online.
If modular was already chosen, can the student still shift to online before the start of the school?
Yes po.
Will it be okay if wala pong video ang gadget?
If walang video ang
Gadget. Audio lang po siguro.
Walang video yung, ibig sabihin yung traditional cellphone? Yes po, siguro. Kapag po naka-modular, pero po kapag naka-online, so definitely hindi pwede kasi sa online kailangan po talaga is smartphone na makapag-connect talaga sa internet.
Kailangan pa daw po talagang mag-uniform?
Gusto mo po, Father, explain yung reasons. I-explain po ni Father yung reason po kung bakit kailangan.
Ang pag-uniform ng mga bata ay isinusulong namin kasi iba kasi yung effect niyan sa mindset ng bata. Kasi, di ba, pag magsusot ng uniform yung bata, ibig sabihin, papasok po siya sa school. So, but in this case, hindi siya talaga sa school pupunta, kundi sa bahay. So, somehow, ang effect niyan sa bata is yung para magiging ready siya na talagang itong oras na to, ako ay mag-aaral. So, kaya po we really want to have our students wear their uniform. Saka naman yung mga teachers natin, mag-uniform pa rin sila pag pumunta ng school. Kaya lahat po mag-uniform.
Kailangan pa daw po yung mga notebooks color-coded?
Wala naman notebook.
As what I have said a while ago po, one notebook lang po, the purpose, any color, actually kahit po yung old notebook will do. Ang purpose lang po natin yung notebook, note-taking, writing for reminders. So, not anymore na po color-coded.
So, ibig sabihin po, we will not require a notebook for every subject. Ang in-explain po ni Teacher Jazz, kahit isa lang na notebook, na nandyan na po yung mga notes sa iba-ibang subject. But if you like, we will not prohibit you from doing so. Kung sa tingin po ninyo mas makakatulong na may sinusulatan ng bata, then okay lang po.
Okay po. Child-friendly po ba ang pag-access sa online, for example, grade 1, even without parents' intervention?
Sa una po, kailangan muna may tutulong, may gagabay. Pero it's user-friendly po. Magki-click-click lang. Ang grade 1 po is already 6 years old. Nowadays po, baga, we observe that even toddlers can manipulate, can navigate the cellphone. So ito po, mas simple siya. Mas complicated pa nga ang ibang apps. So don't worry po. Kung may na-experience kayong difficulty, just tell us.
Makaka-avail po ba ng discount sa tuition ang single parent na nagpapaaral sa NPS?
The discount in the tuition is usually po pag may kapatid, yung sibling discounts. Tapos po pag may grant na in-enjoy yung bata, yung pong scholarship or yung grant po. Oo. Pero po, yung kung specifically sa single or solo parents, wala po tayong ganon. Unless po na papasok yan doon sa special grant. Kung talaga pong financially challenged, then pwede po, may discount yan. May proseso pong dadaanan.
Pag nag-start na po sa July 20 ang class, yung mga nasa modular learning, pwede na po bang kumuha ng modules?
Yes po, before July 20 po, ipi-pick up na po. Friday po ang ating pick-up day. So that would be July 17 for those in the modular. But as I have said po, wala pang lesson masyado sa first day and second day kasi orientation pa lang po yun. So ang ma-receive po ninyo yung mga nasa modular, parang orientation kit given by the advisor and the subject teachers.
Are you still going to provide the school diary?
Not anymore po. Wala tayong school diary ngayon.
Can the students record and upload lectures from the LMS?
Can they record or upload?
NPS may also want to impose some regulation on its use as students may just post it online, which may cause embarrassment to both teachers and or students.
Going back to the problem, to the questions, whether the students can upload lesson or something, no. The students cannot upload there unless it is an output. So only the output can be uploaded by the students. So actually, pag nag-upload yung bata, pupunta siya sa LMS, there is one part there na may isang button where the student can create folder. Doon sa folder, doon ilalagay ng bata yung output. So only the output can be uploaded by the students there.
Not the LMS.
Next, how about po sa SPED student? Any special plans po sa kanila?
Regarding our SPED pupils po, first we ask a permission from the Department of Health, from Dr. Barha specifically, to conduct face-to-face instruction. And we were allowed naman po, we were given permission. One of the conditions that he asked is for the teacher, for teacher Irish, to undergo a rapid test, and also po for the pupils to also undergo rapid test.
Sa modular for grade 10, how can the student ask assistance to respective subject teachers pag nahirapan sila on their modules?
Can you repeat the question?
Sa modular for grade 10, how can the student ask assistance to respective subject teachers pag nahirapan sila on their modules?
Actually, yung high school, wala tayong tutorial. So we encourage our parents to look for a tutor na pwedeng magtabang duman sa AKI. Regarding the intervention from the teachers, pwede naman mag-text yung bata, yung parents sa subject teachers. That can be done during these situations. So we entertain any problem na ma-encounter ng bata during this time. So text na lang, tapos messenger, pwede man yan.
How will you check the portfolios for online students?
Okay, for the portfolios of the high school department, of the high school students, yung learning sheets, the students will take pictures of them, tapos i-upload yan duman sa LMS. Kasi mahirap na pumunta yung parents just to submit the learning sheet. So there is one feature in the LMS where the students can create a folder, tapos dun ilalagay ng bata yung mga accomplished learning sheets. So no need to go to school to submit the learning sheets, pero yung accomplished learning sheets will be compiled in a folder. Then at the end of the school year, the portfolio will be submitted to the teachers. Maybe sometime in March.
Okay po. Do you offer online tutorial lessons?
Actually po, yung ating online tutorial lessons, we are still designing the program. But definitely po, in the first quarter, wala po tayong tutorial program. So, just in case, nakapag-design na po kami on what really the best way to offer the program. So, that will be in the second quarter. Kasi titingnan pa po natin yung talagang development o progress ng ating mga anak and even our setup, this new setup. Kaya first quarter, wala po tayong program for tutorial. Most likely, second quarter po.
Paano yung projects or other outputs? Will it be all online outputs po?
There are different outputs. Pwedeng yung written output o pwede yung project na something na ginagawa ng mga bata. So yung written output, very easy to be submitted to us. Just scan or take pictures of them, i-upload lang. Pero yung mga ginagawa, teacher, paano yun, Teacher Jazz?
Actually, yun, dyan magpa-follow yung other edtech tools. There will be a session next week for the teachers to explore other tools that they can use, especially po itong mga other output ng performance task. So dahil may mga applications po tayo, just like kung ang project is magre-require ng video, magre-require ng audio and other forms. So gagamit po tayo ng other applications in education na para at least magkaroon ng more creative performance tasks. So explore po natin yung ganong pong platform.
Kailangan po ba may printer kami for the performance tasks?
For the online, so definitely hindi kailangan kasi i-upload lang po yun sa LMS. So more on soft copy tayo doon. Yung modular, yan, pwede pong magkaroon. Pero kasi, pinuprovide na namin yung mga learning modules fill in na lang po, more on fill in. Kaya may not. Pero kung gusto natin magka-printer, pwede rin naman po.
How do we contact the subject teachers if parents have questions regarding lessons?
We ask po our class advisors to form po a group chat for the parents and a separate group chat for the pupils or students. So through this po, you can communicate to the class advisor. And the class advisor will relay your concern to the subject teacher. But if there is really a need, you can also directly contact the subject teacher.
Will the daily webinar classes per subject be recorded and uploaded but set as a non-downloadable video on the LMS by the teacher so that the parents, especially those that are working, can also look into it?
To be honest po, at present, hindi pa po ready ang ating LMS for the recorded video conferencing. But Bibal committed po that in the future, so before this month ends, so magkakaroon po ng particular part in the LMS na magkakaroon po ng recorded video conferencing na pwedeng balikan in case magkaroon ng problem po sa ating kuryente and others. So yun po yung commitment ng Bibal sa amin. So I hope they will really have that feature.
I am still curious about essay questions to be checked by the computer. Although I understand that answers similar to the desired answer program in the computer will be considered, however, we all know that in essay, students can give a completely different answer. But when a teacher reads it, she or he can say that the student has a point as well, though it is not the conventional answer. How can this be tackled?
Actually po, ito po talaga yung magiging limitation ng ating platform of learning ngayon. So, with that, talagang hindi po namin pero maaari pong balikan ni teacher yung question on the essay part. So, with that, baka po possible. But, yun po, to be honest, as of the moment, we are not really certain kung yung assessment po sa LMS magkaroon ng reconfiguring, particularly sa essay. Kasi during our training, it was said, yung sa essay part, maglalagay kami doon ng possible answer. And then, magge-generate po yun sa pag-check ng essay. So, as per consideration, kasi tama po yung sinabi ng ating parent na sometimes may point yung bata, nagbibigay ng, di ba, consideration ng teacher. We will look into that po kung possible pong i-reconfigure ang ating mga essay type of test.
Paano yung po paghati ng pupils twice a week for face-to-face learning? Yung first day po ba, half students, and yung second day po ba, yung natitirang half?
Yes po. For example, there are 30 students in one class. So numbers 1 to 15 will attend Mondays, and then 16 to 30 will attend the Tuesday classes.
Ano po ang mas maganda? Modular or online?
Nabanggit po kanina ni Teacher Jazz, kami po talaga in-encourage namin, highly encourage namin ang mga bata na mag-enroll sa online. Even nga po our scholars, our MOP scholars, gumawa po ng paraan si Father Director na humingi ng tulong doon po sa malapit sa bahay ng mga scholars kasi po, syempre wala silang internet connection sa bahay. So, tutulungan po sila ng mga brothers na i-accommodate doon sa house ng mga brothers kasi meron silang internet connection para lang po maka-avail ng online mode of instruction yung mga bata. Kasi po, it's really very clear na sa modular, lahat po ito nakaprint. So, ibig sabihin po, yung bata siguro kung tutulungan siya ng ibang adult na maintindihan ang lahat niyang binabasa. Pero kung mag-isa lang siya, pwedeng habang binabasa niya yon may mga words na hindi niya naintindihan. So mapuputol po yung pag-intindi niya, pag-unawa sa lesson. Though we are allotting time for consultation, pero po, ang teacher hindi agad-agad pwedeng ma-contact kasi po may klase din po ang mga teachers sa online. So after pa po, pagkahapon pa pwedeng makausap ang teacher. So ibig sabihin po, magsa-stop ang bata doon sa part na may difficulty siya. Instead na nakadire-diretso na sana siya, magsa-stop siya. So isa pa pong, aside from that, yun pong mga videos at iba pang mga explanation, audiovisual aids na gagamitin ng mga teachers, hindi po yun, hindi yun makikita ng mga bata na nasa modular. Alam po natin na nowadays, halos lahat na po, sa cellphone. I think lahat ng bahay merong cellphone. So, kung ibabalik po natin sila sa pure na printed na libro lahat, medyo po hindi yun kasing interesting. parang hindi siya masyadong kaaya-aya na pag-aralan ng mga bata. Pero we will do our best po na kung talagang walang ibang paraan, ang isang pamilya, talagang modular lang ang pwede sa kanila, tutulong na lang po kami sa abot ng aming makakaya.
Are books included in assessment of our child or separate payment?
It's already included po. So, pagpunta po dito, starting Monday, yung mga naka-assign na grade levels, you don't need to pay anything. You will go straight to the isolation room to claim the books.
Last one question po. What if the student is not physically in Naga City for the entire school semester, but currently enrolled? How to access the weekly modules or weekly written activities?
We allowed po those who are not in Naga to enroll in the in the online mode. Pero po yung modular parang medyo mahirap po. Although we have couriers, we have mga yung pwedeng i-deliver. Pero mas mahirap din po 'yon. Kasi ito po, dapat regular talaga na every Friday, pick up. And then, drop off yung mga na-answeran ng mga worksheets. Thank you so much for being with us, for being so patient in waiting for this Naga Parochial School Institutional Parents Orientation. And we also thank you for your questions. So hopefully po, we were able to answer your questions. Kung may mga fears pa po kayo, sana nabawasan na. But if you still have other questions, we are still open po to answer them. You can chat us, you can call us. We are more than willing to answer them. And at this point, may I thank all of you, our dear parents and guardians, our pupils and students, for your trust, for choosing Naga Parochial School as your school. And we also thank our teachers and staff for their hard work. Right now po, they are really preparing for the start of the school year. They are writing the modules. We thank you for your hard work and dedication just for us to give quality education. And we also thank Mr. Albero of 3GX and our crew here, the team here who facilitated the airing of this activity. And above all, we thank God, our Almighty Father, for all the blessings that He gave us, each one of us, and for guiding and loving Naga Parochial School. So to all of you, thank you so much.
Good day, our dear parents. So today po ay magkakaroon tayo ng orientation and walkthrough kung paano po magagamit ng inyong mga anak ang V-Smart School sa darating na pasukan. V-Smart School is a teaching and learning platform for students and teachers so that your child may still continue learning even at home. Once na nag-login po si student sa kaniyang account with V-Smart School, they can take their everyday lessons created by the teacher, and aside from that, dito rin po nila iti-take ang kanilang assessments. And of course, they can also interact during the virtual classes conducted by their teacher. So perfect po ito para sa mga estudyante na may medyo mahina yung internet connectivity because the students can still take their lessons even beyond the prescribed time of their teacher. So what you are seeing in your screen right now is a sample po ng lesson na makikita ni student sa kanyang account. So with the lesson po, nandyan yung lesson description, objective, lesson outline, and the schedule po ng kanyang webinar na in-schedule ng kanyang teacher. Using V-Smart School also, our students may access their ebooks inside V-Smart. So yung mga libro po ng ating estudyante na magagamit po nila for the rest of the school year ay kay V-Smart School din po nila i-access. So we have this augmented reality feature of our textbooks na once na kinlik po ni student yung AR logo within the pages of their book ay mag-augment po automatically yung mga images. So these are 3D audiovisual images na ma-enjoy ng ating mga estudyante. So ngayon naman po, i-walk through ko po kayo sa ating V-Smart School platform wherein our students po will use their username and password to log in into their own accounts. So once nakapag-login na yung ating mga estudyante sa kanilang accounts, hahanapin lang po nila yung kanilang grade level. Pipili po sila ng subject kung ano po yung iti-take nila for that particular day and time. So once kinlik po nila yung subject, makikita po nila doon yung lesson description, lesson objective, lesson outline, and of course, yung schedule ng live streaming na sinet ng kanilang teacher. So to start the lesson of our students, they will just need to click on Start Lesson. So once nakapag-start po ng lesson yung ating mga estudyante, of course, ang makikita po nila sa loob ng lesson nila will be the lecture na kinreate ng ating mga teachers. And of course, they will also answer the assessments na nandoon po sa kanilang lesson. Aside from that, if ever po our teacher will require our students to pass their output or their final activity, so si student naman po, pwede po siyang mag-attach ng file na ipapasa po sa kaniyang teacher. So habang nagtitake po ng lesson yung ating mga estudyante, pwede rin naman pong mag-conduct si teacher ng live streaming or video conference with the students. So saan po pupunta si student? Babalik lang po siya doon sa ating lesson preview. So we'll just need to click on the lesson preview. Then katulad po nung pinakita ko kanina, doon po makikita ni student yung webinar or live streaming schedule na inilagay ng kanilang teacher. So once kinlik po ito ng ating estudyante, automatic makikita po niya yung scheduled live streaming ni teacher. And yung button na makikita ng ating estudyante will be Join button. Once na kinlik po ito ng ating student, yung Join button, magli-lead po ito into another tab wherein makikita na po niya yung kanyang teachers and yung kanyang mga kaklase inside their virtual classroom. So sa bawat lesson din po ni student, may makikita po siyang send message doon po sa ating lesson preview na pag kinlik po yun ni student, pwede po siyang mag-message sa kanyang mga klase and sa kanyang teacher. So basically po, V-Smart School is a one-stop shop teaching and learning platform for our students and our teacher, wherein our students can take their lessons inside V-Smart School, they can take assessments, they can join the virtual classes of their teachers, and they can submit their output. So everything is there. So para po talaga siyang virtual classroom wherein hindi na po gagamit si teacher and hindi na rin po mag-a-access si student ng ibang platform just to conduct or just to take their lesson. Kasi everything is in V-Smart School na po. If you have any questions po with regard to V-Smart School platform, you can always contact us naman po through our account executive or you can contact us through these hotlines din po.